Well, from books to beer, Alexis is around town with the beverage today. Hello, Alexis.
You can do a pairing.
Hello. Yes, it's a rainy day. You talked about reading a good book on a rainy day. Who says you can't have some beer on a rainy day as
You
well,
are absolutely right.
So, I'm just saying, it's perfect. So let's actually talk here now with Aaron Hopkins. He is the expert. He's the guru when it comes to the brewing over here. I want to talk about the Hopkins Farm as well for the next, but I want to talk about this section here because this actually kind of opened in 2020. You're offering some great beer for people to enjoy, especially on National Beer Day. Tell me a little bit about the process of how it goes from the barley to your department over here.
Yeah, happy National Beer Day. Thanks for coming out here. So yeah, we're going to start kind of grain to glass. I think that's what really makes us special as a farm brewery here and as a farm in general, but we really start everything in the ground. So we work with my dad and uncle. They're growing barley for us here on the farm. We're usually doing about 20 acres. Wow. That'll yield usually about 100,000 pounds, enough for us to roll through a whole year. So that's all stored right down the road in our barn here. We actually do the process there. We started back in 2015 where we actually process the barley, goes through a steeping, germination, drying phase, so it's ready to make the beer we're going to drink. So it's been cool. We've been able to work with other breweries in Harford County and Maryland for the last 10 plus years or so. And now that we've gotten open in 2020, we get to use all that good barley and all the beers that we get to brew here on site. So a quick overview of the process. We're going to start with that malted barley product. That runs through a grinder to get split open so you can access all the good starch and sugar that's going to make your alcohol.
Okay.
That gets mashed into one big mashing tank. We're going to extract all that sugar into a nice sweet liquid called wort. From there, it's going to get run over and boiled. That's where all our fun hops come into play. We do grow a few hops on the farm as well. From there, it gets boiled, chilled down to about 70 degrees, goes into one of our fermentation vessels, and then usually within about 2 weeks from there, it's ready to chill down, get a little carbonation, and come into a keg here, and it's ready to drink.
And that great liquid turns into this, options over galore. Tell us a little bit about it.
Absolutely. So we like to have a good variety. We have 20 taps now, 20 beers. We do offer slushies as well now. But we like to have a good range, anything from a couple solid light beers, some fruited beers, dark beers, sour beers, seltzer. We got a couple fun oil-themed beers, Go O's.
Oh, love that, Go O's. You also have one that you want to be highlighting for us. You're going to be pouring in one right now for us?
So we got a fancy new tap here. There's a side pull tap. It's a European style. It creates a little bit of breakout in foam. So we'll go and get a pour for you here. It's got a nice special handle to help that foam really come out nice and heady. It's actually a nice drinkable foam.
Look at that. Picture perfect for sure.
Get a little foam running down there as well. Next one will have to be better.
Wonderful, wonderful. This is exciting for us for sure. And, you know, we do have to end this on a great note where it is National Beer Day. We have to do a cheers. I mean, it's only right.
All right.
Are you ready to do it?
Absolutely.
Your work at hand here. Take a look at it.
National Beer Day off right.
Absolute. Cheers.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Cheers, Alexis.
Cheers, exactly.
And we are checking back in with Alexis, who is around town celebrating. Hello, Alexis.
Hey, good morning. I'm so excited to talk about this because we gave you a little bit of the idea of actually coming to the brewery, sitting down, enjoying these cans. But we're actually here with the farmers, the people who go out into those fields hours on end doing the hard labor, where it actually starts off with some barley here, turning into this. I'm here now with Mitch and with Dave. Mitch, can you kind of tell us a little bit about the process of what you go through out in the fields and then how it ends up being in a great can for us to enjoy?
Yeah, absolutely. So during the fall, once we get done harvesting all the corn and beans from the field, that's when the planting starts for the barley. So it's going to be an overwinter crop. So we get the barley in the ground, hopefully September, October. It's going to grow a little bit, and then the winter it slows down, and then it's going to be starting growing this time of year. So it's greening up right now. You'll see it growing, and then hopefully in the next couple months, usually around the end of June, if not early July, we're going to be harvesting that barley. So give you a little bit of what it looks like. This is the finished product of some of that malted barley. So get that harvested in July, and then it's going to be ending up in all the great beers we got.
Absolutely. Now, I do want to talk about a little bit of the history of Hopkins Farm here. It's been around since the 1920s. Dave, can you tell us a little bit back then where it started off as? Because back then, everything was a dairy farm out here. Now you guys have evolved into so much more.
Yeah, it's correct. Back in the 1920s, my grandparents bought the property we're on. It was a dairy farm up to early 2000s. We've kind of changed over the years and brought some produce in. At one point, tomatoes were a big crop, back in the 40s, 50s. But, you got to evolve and you change over time, and the breweries come on board here with the family has got it going. And it's, you know, it's just all worked out well, and it sets well for the future of the farm.
Absolutely. You have to be ready for the evolution of it
Yeah.
all, for sure. Speaking of that, what does it mean to kind of pass this on to the younger generation, right? They've got this other side of it that they've been able to create.
Well, it just, you know, it's where you'd like to be with the farm and our families, you know, just to have my nephew here, my son's a brewer, you know, brother Dan and sister-in-law Katie are running the brewery, and it's pretty special.
Absolutely.
We're very fortunate.
Absolutely. And Mitch, I want to ask you that same question because we hear so many times people are getting away from these family farms. It's legacies, though, that we're leaving behind.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a great opportunity. Very few people ever get the opportunity to farm, and having a family that wants to pass on that legacy, and having all the support systems out there like University of Maryland Extension, Maryland Farm Bureau. Just there's a whole community, and even the local folks that want to support and buy local makes it all possible.
Absolutely. And now we were talking a little bit about other things you have here. What are some of the other things on the farm that you guys sell here and have and you grow?
Well, we do the produce business, which I've done for 40 years, and Mitchell's taking over. Corn, sweet corn, tomatoes, and all your cantaloupes, watermelons are your big things. The barley, we grow the barley for Aaron and the brewery. Then corn and your soybeans too, that are going to feed the chickens and the cows and go everywhere and export it out of the country, and they're the big crops.
Yeah, and it sounds like a lot of work. So we're going to just be thankful for Mother Nature to water all of this for us for the meantime.
She's doing a fine job today.
Thank you guys so much. I'll send it back to you guys.